Down, down, up, up. I think we've unlocked some bonuses, judging from the... Oh, fuck, there's going to be concept art, isn't there?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I actually hope there is. But, you bastard.
The only thing. Your
Oh,
wish has bbeen granted.
God. I mean, the house looks stunning, I'll give it that. From the
Yeah.
outside. Apart from, I'm sorry, center right, bottom right window, the handprint, oh, that's, no, just no, game.
That attention to detail, though, is fucking, like,
It's
that's
great,
really
but,
cool that they put it in
this
there.
place is so dusty, that means it's recent.
Yeah.
And there was a struggle, which means probably a woman tried to grab the window, got caught.
Oh,
Right.
that's unpleasant.
Oh, are they supposed to be mooses or reindeer? Because they have giraffe-like necks, may I say. Oh my god, the tiger with the glowing eyes! Holy fuck!
Whoa!
Jesus Christ! What the
I
fuck
didn't
is
even
that?
notice that! Oh my god.
What in the fuck is that? Why would you put LED lighting in tigers?
When you walk by, it starts singing.
Oh, he's got a little otter. No.
I think
I'm disappointed by his lack of animals down that corridor.
I think the biggest thing we can take from this is that he was fucked up!
Well, yes. Yes. Oh, look. Those are the casts of the women, and...
Oh, God.
What's in those barrels? No, you know what? I'm fine not knowing. We're good. We're good. Fine.
Whatever it is, it's apparently irritating human skin or something?
I think flesh.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. That owl also has glowing eyes.
Yes, to a lesser extent.
Yeah, and there's a goat simulator.
That bear.
Huh?
Right at the left, that
right.
bear.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Oof.
Phew. He likes eating sauce. Oh. What's the bet that was his wife or something?
Or if we're going all like Hitchcock Psycho, his mum.
I think it is, and I think this used to be his room as a kid. Because there's a hanging plane.
Yes.
And I think she was a model.
That would make sense.
Of the mannequins. Good, okay, right.
Oof.
Oh, fuck, okay. Hi. Oh, look, there's Madison in the background.
Dude, little things like that, man. This concept art. For this game's concept art is fucking great.
I think this is the best concept art I've ever seen in a game.
I agree. I mean, this is obviously, like, this isn't the first stage.
Sorry, you know all the dodos are dead? Nope, there's one right above him up there with glowing eyes.
We live on.
Well, okay, no, they technically are dead. He killed the last one, is what I'm trying to say. What's the animal bottom right? Because those are some impressive horns.
Bison?
I don't know.
Mm.
That's actually a really nice looking garage. The chainsaw isn't... Well, okay, in detail, I mean. The chainsaw isn't where it was in the game. Which is interesting to note. It's a lot more full than it was in the game, actually.
The lighting effects are... This is just like a recurring thing for this game.
Yeah.
The lighting in the concept art is fantastic.
Wait, who's the person on the bottom right? Was this... How different was this going to be initially? Oh, no, wait. No, the bottom...
That might be Madison looking at one of the stuffed women. Or like an early build of Madison.
I think that is an early build of Madison. I think she was initially going to have long hair. Look at every other scene. She has long hair.
Yeah.
Wow, Madison was originally going to have long hair. I'm glad she doesn't.
No, I imagine that would be so difficult to code as well.
I just don't think it looks as good. I'd prefer short hair.
To each their own. I think I'm more of a long hair kind of guy.
Fair.
But
no, I like long hair. It's just I feel that I don't know. Probably because I'm used to it as short hair, but Oh,
Yeah.
that's killing him with a chainsaw. Holy shit. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. You did good. And that is that, I guess. Well, that was lovely. Um, that's great. There's still technically one more thing to do. We got some
Oh,
up.
yeah?
We got the move version videos that we haven't watched.
Ah, yeah.
There are many of them, and I thought we should at least cover them. You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of stuff. They put a lot of effort into it. We've seen one of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos to watch. That's a fair amount. It's all right. We'll
Yep.
just sit back and relax, enjoy these. They might be interesting, they might not be, but we'll give it a shot anyway.
Sure.
Why not? The making of Heavy Rain, the interface, which actually might be really interesting.
Unusual
Oh,
game
but
concept
yes,
called for a new type of interface, both in terms of navigation and interactivity.
Regarding navigation, we wanted the character to move naturally inside realistic sets with a real cinematic
Okay, she looks
feel.
like a bit like
we
Madison.
couldn't achieve that with a camera stuck behind the character's back all the time, so we chose to have a broad variety of camera angles. We also needed to have realistically sized sets. Lots of games use artificially enlarged sets.
I think it
to
was
help
just the first one was really
but
boring.
this wouldn't have been consistent.
Yeah.
These
Because
ones
it
will be
was-
more interesting.
The first one more so
This is
because it
also
was
the reason
literally just a
why
recap
Yeah,
of
it
the
was a
plot.
recap.
doesn't run
Yeah.
inside his house, for instance.
We don't have repetitive mechanics like in most games where you got buttons and each button does something. Here everything is contextual. So all this has many consequences on the interface, on the how you think about interactivity, how you think about gameplay in general.
The player's movements with the right stick had to imitate the actions of the character on screen, so that he made the same.
That would have been really hard
movements
to
at the
code,
same
actually.
time, being
Yeah.
in direct control of the player's arm and the speed.
It's actually why I'm very. I hate Skyward Sword, but I'm very impressed by it
Piece of Heavy Rain was about
because it would have
Yeah.
to follow you perfectly with the motion controls.
No, yeah, I see that.
So
The game is awful though.
I didn't like it very much either, but everyone loved it apparently.
I like the ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but it basically lines up the entire series, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic.
Yeah, that was good, but
No, I didn't like the game. I didn't like how it felt. I felt it was very unresponsive in many ways, and Lanayru just pissed me off way too much.
Yeah.
Frenetically pressing a button imitates the idea of making an effort.
You look like you got a problem, man.
Oh fuck. Okay. Jesus.
To press several buttons simultaneously were designed to place the player in an uncomfortable position to reflect that of the character on the screen.
Oh, that's why. Actually, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
The question of the interface display then came
Oh
very
fuck.
quickly.
Yeah, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad
Displaying
we did the
icons
Taxidermist
in
first.
2D on the screen
Yeah.
amounted to making a sort of transparent window between the scene and the user. This would force him to constantly.
I thought
switch
this
his
would
focus
have
from the
stuff on the
foreground
Taxidermist
display
because it was
to
move
the
only.
scene in the background, which
Yeah.
seemed to be quite unpleasant. The idea of integrating 3D icons in the set.
Are we gonna get to
was
see some
first
other
applied
deaths,
to
or-
the action sequences? The results were very quickly convincing, which made it logical to implement the same interface in the exploration sequences.
Look how different it
The
used to
very
look.
first version of Heavy
Yeah.
Rain's game design was based on a system of movement detection, an idea we abandoned.
The
before
eye toy.
Sony
Whoa,
decided
look
to
at that.
move.
That's cool.
This is why the
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been hard to do,
natural and logical
but
Oh, yeah,
fucking
I-
cool.
to consider a
That's a
version
really
of the
interesting
game
sort of
for-
idea.
I
That's
like the controller as well. It looks like it would actually work quite well. If they padded it out inside, I think it would be really nice and quite comfortable.
We enriched the possibilities of interaction by tracking the moves, positions, and orientation.
They didn't de-interlace it.
Controlling the player's arm or perform holding the move controller horizontally. For instance, I'll go up to
How do you
raise
screw
my
up
character's
de-interlacing a
arm,
video?
or I'll twist my wrist.
You don't de-interlace, and that screws it up.
Engaging the whole character's body
No,
like
but I mean, how do you not? Like, it's so easy. You just click a button to de.
require holding building
Mm.
the
Whatever.
vertically. We also implemented new
To be
types
fair,
of
for a while,
elements, like
my
moving
footage
forward,
wasn't deinterlaced.
Well, yeah, but you didn't use Vegas.
I didn't.
Vegas
No, that's
automatically
true.
does it.
Everything was done to provide even
Yeah.
They
greater
probably
richness
used
of
Vegas
interaction
or Final Cut or
with
something.
syntaxes.
I didn't.
Nah,
Admittedly, I didn't see what computer they had, but
they're running XP, so they might have had Movie Maker.
nah, they wouldn't.
Movie Maker.
For this, no.
Yeah, bro, he spent all his money on emotion.
That instantly reminds me of Skyfall, the beginning of the song Skyfall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I-
Skyfall.
Heavy rain is a very dark thriller.
Something, something.
An experience
I can only remember the parody I made for Skylanders Giants.
puts
I
into
nearly forgot about that.
emotional states. We're
Ooh, that was a voice crack.
frequently found in films or books, but
They
I
will
can't
wake
think of
from their slumber
only
when they're needed in the
Skyland.
Skyland. That was a good song. I was happy with that.
Deep story. It really touches, I think, on the
I'm actually amazed I didn't get copyrighted for that, to be honest.
your audiences.
Didn't you?
No, not at all. I'm genuinely surprised now that I think about it.
We
Huh.
call it interactive
Yeah, fair
design.
enough.
Good for me, alright.
Storytelling, but the player can change it. So it's a game because every choices are made by the player.
Do not make me censor things.
It's really the first
Oh, we
time
calmed him down.
there's such a level
Except
of
I didn't,
performance
but-
for characters. I think that it's going to
You're gonna die soon.
That emotion
This video really does
is the
contain
key
spoilers.
to
Yeah.
any entertainment form. And that by obtaining
Oh,
such a
fuck.
strong
Right, that's
acting
what it looks
performance,
like.
You can raise
Yeah.
He doesn't even look,
quality
which,
of the
admittedly, I can
experience.
completely understand why.
God's sake, how hard is it to keep your eye on a child in the park?
Actually, after this cutscene, you don't see or hear of her. No, actually, no. She says, I think even Master's dangerous, but after that, you don't see her again. You don't find out what happened to her. Hopefully,
The only
she
reason
died.
she's in the game is basically just to be like, oh, remember, you need a woman to have kids.
Also, we want her to fuck you over because she's an absolute
And
bitch.
Paris to try to find really
Yeah.
the best actors for the main roles. And that was
Seriously,
really
Pascal looks exactly like Ethan.
I know, that's brilliant.
Oh, look at Manfred as well.
Oh, dude.
That's cool. That was so cool to look at. Do more of them.
It makes me want to like Google image all the actors.
The body exactly at the same size and the same height and everything. And then they come on set to shoot the motion capture animations.
And we stab you with pins.
We do all the jokes, all the interactions, all the dialogues, pretty much everything is shot.
I wonder how easy they are to come off, because if you're doing a scene where it's like a fight scene, it must be really awkwardly difficult to do without knocking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you have to make it look realistic, but you have to make sure you don't accidentally, well, obviously hit them, but you also have to make sure you don't not tap them off or something. That would be really hard. Or an kissing scene as well.
There's a scene in the recent Devil May Cry remake or reboot or whatever,
Yeah.
wherein someone stops Dante and goes, "You're not on the list," and he uppercuts the person and goes, "I am now," and the uppercut is the funniest thing ever because the mocap is so like, it's just really like poorly done.
We spent days and days and
Like he sticks his hand up, and the guy, instead of like going upwards with the uppercut, just sort of steps backwards and falls over.
I love the scene at the beginning where it's just where he has the white hair falling and it's just like, not in a million years. It's just like, yeah, fuck you, everyone who used to like Dante. I love that. It's one of my favourite things ever. It's so
Yeah.
because I don't care about the look. I just couldn't care less.
I'm with you on the appearance of him. I wasn't too bothered about. The character was you know, he was okay. He was alright. He wasn't witty or anything, but no, he was alright. The game was fun. The game was good.
Yeah, the game was really good actually. I loved how it controls. There was a lot to it as well.
Yeah,
It was very easy to play as well.
way too many people wrote it off too early.
Yeah, no. The one thing I didn't like was the final boss because it wasn't clear what I had to do in any way, shape, or form. And when I did do it right, which was go like the full unleash thing, when I did do that, it didn't work. I was like, oh. Right.
Yeah.
So that I didn't like. But apart from that, no, I really liked it. I hope there is a sequel. I hope they do it again. Or make it better. Because there's potential. There's loads of potential for it. I really enjoyed it.
DMC2 Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Devil May Cry 2, the sequel to the reboot, to the saga.
Well, they've made sequels to reboots before. Tomb Raider!
Tomb Raider was good.
Hey, well,
I liked it a lot.
there's a sequel to a prequel, so take that for what that's worth.
Oh. Yeah. I get the feeling you didn't like Tomb Raider.
I didn't like the original Tomb Raider very much, but it must be said that, just in my opinion, the idea of making a sequel to a prequel to a pre-established franchise is just kind
not,
of dumb.
well, no, the Tomb Raider that came out 2 years ago. Oh wait, was it last year actually? Yeah, it would have been last year. The Tomb Raider that came out last year wasn't a prequel; it was a reboot.
It was a reboot.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It was actually a
People telling me it was a fucking prequel.
No, it was a reboot.
Okay.
Because it was retelling how Lara Croft became a person, and this one is telling us how she got into adventuring. Because I loved the game, I thought it was fantastic. It was really fun, really good story as well. Amazing deaths, really cool deaths.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the deaths were pretty. Yeah, they were pretty awesome.
Oh right, yeah, this is happening.
Also, heavy rain.
Yeah, heavy rain's happening. My bad.
Cycle with putting something that moves completely outside of any loop. It's random, it's dynamic, it's if the player.
To be fair, this must have taken like God knows how many man hours, and it does look alright. It does look good.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. This would have. Oh, I don't like. They said something like what 90 non-stop days of filming.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe more, which doesn't surprise me. His real life sneeze in comparison to his character sneeze was a lot more vivid and powerful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is to create facial animation and thus to really give life to the character. It's a moment when we truly work with the actors.
I don't know what we're watching right now.
In order to give life to the characters.
No, me either.
To make it talk and act in accordance.
Oh fuck, that's creepy. No, no.
Ah!
You're gonna knock me over. So this is your big day, huh?
Am I grown up now?
10 years old. That's not exactly grown up, but you're getting there.
It wasn't bravery. It was love.
That telling stories, you know, this is probably one
You're
of
right.
the oldest
This does contain spoilers.
language exists and writing.
I don't understand why you have to show that scene. I guess it was the only one they filmed. But I'm just like, why show that one? Like, I'm gonna show any of them. Oh, Heavy Rain's premiere event. That actually sounds really interesting.
Ooh.
Here we go. Oh, in Paris.
I'm the writer
Yeah.
and director of Heavy Rain. Welcome to the launchment of Heavy Rain in Paris.
They had
So
a
did it-
fucking red carpet event for this game.
Yeah. Did
Holy
they
shit.
premiere it like a? Did they have just one guy sat at the front playing it?
I guess so. Probably someone who has extensively played it to make sure he doesn't fuck up.
Oh, dude, yeah. If they could, there's like a glitch on the premiere night, a game-breaking bug.
That would be the most horrific moment of all of their lives.
Oh god.
Like, that would be like career ending.
Yeah, that would. Man, I couldn't even imagine.
It'd be so bad. Oh fuck, that was no! That was Sean! That's terrifying. To see a face to the person who drowns for most of the game.
I'm still worried about what that's going to do to me later in my life. I think I was reassured that because I had to do other things. I saved a woman who had slashed her wrist and was drowning, or dying in the bathtub, and it took me ages to work out.
He looks pretty good with a beard.
Because
Yeah.
the movements of the control thing aren't the normal violent ones. You have to develop a rhythm, and you slowly you bring her back to life.
It's not a game. It's not a video game per se. It's not a movie. It's something different. When I saw the actors here, with the same expression.
It's not actually him, is it?
They're the same thing.
No, it's not him. I don't
Okay,
think.
they're not coming out of
I
nowhere.
thought it was.
They're
I
actually-
thought he was saying that he was the one doing
you
it, but I
feel
don't
the-
know.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can feel
yeah.
that there are
But
emotions behind. There's
even
blood.
with a beard, he looks too
It's
different.
Not just all digital.
Yeah.
There is something. There's a soul behind.
A game usually asks you to do over and over without thinking, to learn a certain series of repetitive movement. Here, you're constantly forced to think about your choices.
They even made a glass sculpture. They
God, they
spared
went-
no expense, did they?
No, they went all out on this premiere. How much of the budget was used on that alone?
Not sure. Well, actually, making a glass sculpture like that doesn't cost as much as you'd think. It only costs
Well,
about
no,
£3.
but a red carpet event.
Well,
Mike.
taking that fair enough, yeah. The red carpet alone is 10 grand. The finest quality materials. I'm not sure what those materials are, but the finest quality.
It's just a red curtain that they laid on the floor.
It's red AstroTurf.
Emotional series of intense challenges that make you question your moral position, your physical ability, but I think most of all it puts you in situations where there are exceptional circumstances and you
I like his
don't know
accent.
whether you're going to step up
Yeah.
to be emotionally
Must be
capable of
said.
following through.
You know Christian Bale speaks with an English accent.
Yes.
Because I didn't. Until I saw...
Because I only thought he spoke British.
I mean, I thought he had the American accent that he just puts on in like every movie he does. And then there was one DVD interview where someone was like, Christian, you can drop the accent now, and he went, oh thank God, you have no idea how difficult it is. And I was like, what? No way.
It's really fun to work with because it enables you. You're not waiting to do close-ups and different shots and stuff. You can do it all in one. So in many ways, it kind of gives you that kind of
Oh, that's cool.
flow, and then they can do
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
An awful lot of people working.
I gotta imagine that job would be fucking great. Because there's no danger. It's so simple. As long as you don't slip and fall or something. But
Being a mocap artist.
yeah, providing you don't actually slip, that would probably hurt. But it's sturdy structures, so you shouldn't. You know, it'd be fine. That looks great. Are they using Dells? I remember the days when Dell was good. Someone was playing Pong! That man is playing Galaxy.
Guys, don't record me when I'm trying to get a high score on Exevius. Oh, I tried to think of an old school game, it didn't work.
Tetris.
Hold them.
Where Heavy Rain tries to evoke empathy or sadness or joy and really try to become an emotional roller coaster.
Seriously, this fucking music.
You go through very different types of emotions.
Yeah.
The pleasure of playing comes
Really good. Why is it just not?
The videos have such great music that just weren't in the game.
That is true. Bet no one fucking get this for the music game.
Is this on the soundtrack?
I don't know. Non-linear story, I don't care.
Can you check the soundtrack, or do you have to do it? Do you have to download it? Like, is that a link?
I don't know. But artistic design, it's in the disc 2.
Oh, then it'll probably
Not
be a
disc 2. No, not disc 2. Like it's on the second part of the disc.
Yeah. I imagine it'd be a download then.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can download it onto your PS3 or not.
From the very beginning with Heavy Rain, we were looking for the kind of atmosphere you find in detective movies. Dark, cold, and disturbing.
Raining all the time.
Grey brown color scheme.
Really good lighting, apparently. Oh fuck me.
If for nothing else, just the concept art.
That is cool.
As the key to the story.
Is that a real life image? I honestly can't tell. I can't tell.
No, yeah.
It's that good. I honestly can't tell the difference because the neon looks so real, but I don't.
God, the art for this game in general is just phenomenal. I mean, that can't have been Alpha .01
Human misery and sadness.
Like, they're not showing you the stick men that they originally drew.
No.
They're showing you the best concept art.
Yeah. The best
Which-
non-3D concept art.
Yeah, which, you know, power to them.
That kid was not in the game.
No, he was not.
Unless that kid was one who got in the way of Jason or something.
Was he like one of the previous victims? We will never know.
I don't know.
Went to spend a few weeks in Philadelphia with cameras and movie cameras, soaking up the strange atmosphere, particularly in the more rundown.
Philadelphia is a strange place.
Several elements impress us: the kindness of the people, the violence of the city, the poverty, the barbed wire, and the old factories in the heart of the neighborhoods. Without meaning to convey a message, the subtext of Heavy Rain also has something to say about the social aspect of
Hey! I recognize this place. I was a god there.
Pretty much.
Huh. It's a real thing.
Oh, it's based on a real. Oh, that's good.
That's cool.
We decided to call in an artistic director from the movie world, Thierry Flamand. We were impressed by his work on the Crimson Rivers, and gave him the difficult task of creating immense sets transformed by rain.
I don't want to sound ignorant or anything, but I'd never heard of him.
No, I've never heard of him. I'm going to assume it's a French film.
Yeah, probably.
The initial sketches resulted in more than 90 sets, almost all of which were retained.
Wait, these are the original sketches?
No way.
Fuck me.
To the majestic highway in the rain.
Fucking
and
hell.
The rundown suburbs.
That's phenomenal. Like, if that's just their starting point.
Oh my
that's
fucking god.
Of Heavy Rain. The initial artistic
seriously, fucking
yeah, no,
tableau in the form of the storyboard.
Oh my god, it is. Look at them.
That drove the whole
oh my god.
Constantly confronted them with the main elements of Heavy Rain.
I want to look up what this guy's done. He's a genius.
Yeah, okay. Say what you want about the game Heavy Rain, but fuck me. They at least, you know, they put their all in.
Apart from the... Also, how did she not see him? Is she
It
blind?
was evoked in the opening credits with everyday scenes with
When you're
characters in the
driving, you should be
foreground
paying attention to
and
the road. She was clearly looking out in front,
This
you know.
enabled us to highlight
Yeah,
the city where the
I don't know.
story
Maybe she had maybe she was doing a headbang because there was a great song on and she just had to hear it
placed in
out.
the set came from David Fincher's Panic Room. The credits scene is one of the most powerful scenes in the game, one that really lends it a unique color and ambiance. A rainy day.
I never noticed the
element
kids
in
running
itself.
past him.
It becomes a player in the story in spite of itself,
It's nice.
justifying the presence of the origami killer on the one hand, and the uneasy atmosphere that pervades the story on the other. It is a prime scenario. of
Shoes are hot.
a dull color, a grim and sad story.
Yeah. So fucking hot. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I'd wrap those laces around my dick.
What? What?
I don't know.
Okay then.
The action scenes. This better look fucking cool.
Given that the story of Heavy Rain takes place in a very realistic
We better see some cool motion capture
action sequences
scenes here.
had to be as
Yeah.
realistic as possible. We did not want our characters to be supermen versed in the martial arts. Ethan is a family man and has no training in the martial arts.
Oh, that's actually a very good point. I never noticed that. Oh, fucking why? Why the censorship? No!
Training from the FBI, but he's really not an all-around man.
Why couldn't you keep the bra on for that scene? God damn it!
Proves to be a man
They want to show off their incredible
When we
range.
had defined the profiles of the characters, we called in a stunt coordinator to work on the choreography. We called on Olivier Schneider, a stunt coordinator who is used to working for film.
It's actually a very good point. I never noticed that Ethan doesn't fight very well.
It all begins.
He bumbles around. I never noticed that.
Barely had any fight scenes at all,
But
actually.
no, yeah, but he did have scenes where he fought or he ran away.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
The final choreography. It is a real joint effort, with Olivier contributing his knowledge of different combat techniques. And
Looks like he's holding a portal gun.
and us contributing the constraints that are specific to video games. The main difficulty in the exercise is that for each blow in Heavy Rain, We had to allow for the possibility that the blow is successful or that it fails, while making sure that
Actually, that is a good point. That must have taken ages.
Because it's every single action as well.
Every possibility, no matter how significant.
Yeah.
everything has
Oh
been
my
worked
god.
out. All the stuntmen have to do is give it all they can.
Oh
The action
man,
sequences in Heavy Rain were a great pleasure for the camera team to direct.
that's
The
insane.
variety of situations, from car chases to close combat and gunfights, make it a pure pleasure for us movie lovers. These are very interesting sequences to film, and a game like Heavy Rain allows us to explore a whole range of situations, all of which are very different. In film, the sheer scope of things involved, from restricted budgets, prevention of
You know the
accidents,
video is about to end because the epic music starts playing.
Is that how we should end this Let's Play? Just right at the end there should be epic music that begins.
Yes, I'll find it somewhere.
Any epic music.
Specifically this one.
Harmonica.
The harmonica. That's not a harmonica. That's more like a kazoo.
It's not a harmonica.
I was trying to imitate one, but that was not what it was supposed to sound like. I'm glad that they showed off this kind of thing, because...
Yeah, definitely. It really makes you appreciate it, actually.
Yeah.
That means that we are often forced to make compromises in terms of framing.
Puts the whole game in perspective, really, because you don't think about it while playing.
No, yeah.
It doesn't even occur to you. Just how much work goes into it.
No, yeah, this is...
Like, with some games you're just like, yeah, I can see why that's so insane, but just with stuff like this game, it's on a whole different scale.
Yeah.
Which is just incredible.
Hella props.
Filming the difference.
We chose at the
We
beginning
recreated the entire house of the Mars family in real life.
We built it in a field in Philadelphia. It's a weird place.
performing everyday actions. As he discovers the control,
How many times will we have to look at the bulge? Seriously.
simplest way possible.
How many times will we need to look at the breasts?
He takes on the
Not
role
enough.
of Ethan Mars in his everyday life.
So what?
This scene, which seems to be extremely
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I have no response to that.
Excellent.
version, the house had only one floor, and the scene began directly at Ethan's drawing board, where the player learned
really?
game controls. Then it developed with the addition of an extra floor in order to introduce Ethan more progressively with the wake-up scene. The scene became
And the fact that he's a richer ponce.
where the player is free to choose.
Wait, he can juggle? You can juggle? You can... What?
Yeah, that,
You can
not sure
play
why.
racing cars.
The scenes with the kids were
I think we did play with racing cars.
to the story.
I'm sure we did.
We had to build up the relationship.
Okay,
with the kids.
never mind then.
Don't kill the kid. Don't kill the kid. Okay.
Establish this well-balanced and loving father.
Whoa! This kid's like, I need my stunt double.
Role later on. Playing with the kids, making them laugh, engaging in a sword fight with his son. All of these
Slicing him
are
in
taken
half
from
like the
life
taxidermist.
of
All of these things were very important to us.
Slaughtering the innocent with the sword used to
You can lift them up yourself. No, we have two men holding them here.
Jason and Quentin Cage for Sean. The dead bird sequence closes the scene like a sort of omen.
We had to find a real dead bird.
Birds were harmed during the making of
This was
game.
the start of his ongoing depression.
Has to respond to his son's sadness.
There's some things which just have to happen, even if you don't want them to.
His response, which is one of resignation, is an admission of his own powerlessness when faced with death. It is a forerunner of what is to come. The mall scene is the central scene in Heavy Rain, the one where everything
It's the
changes
clown. The
in
clown's the origami killer. He does look particularly creepy.
Yeah, but that's just because he's a clown, so I mean...
That is fair.
Playing a scene or merely watching it completely changes the player's relationship with the story and his identification with the character. So it was imperative for the player to experience these scenes with Ethan.
Something that might actually, that could be said there. When he talks about the player, he uses the male possessive his.
The scene is really quite simple. The player loses his son.
I don't know. It's just something. I'm not going to get into.
Actually, yeah.
I'm not going to get into this whole "oh, girls aren't gamer" things, but I mean, you know, I don't know. It's some.
Yeah,
It's.
I see what you mean. I kind of want them to show off the motion capture for this sequence.
Becomes a handheld camera.
I doubt they will, but I want to see how they did it. Did they get 100 people in motion capture, which would be fucking hard, by the way.
I imagine they got sort of, I don't know, a couple
like
of
4 or 5 people and just keep moving in front.
Yeah, they copied the sort of walking animation and vaguely changed the face, perhaps.
Yes, because there's like
sure.
8 of the same person right there.
Yeah.
With different hair colour. No face changing, just, oh, what? Whoa, that's what it originally looked like?
Oh.
That's how they started it. That's how they programmed it. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Lots of things about this game are like really under the radar.
You quite a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people have actually looked at these, like, in properly. Well, these ones specifically, probably not, because it's the move version only. I don't think many people would have got the move version.
I think, I don't know, does this, if this stuff came with the update, the firmware update...
I don't think it is.
No,
this is only on the move disc.
Shit, then no, probably not many people.
Because it's very impressive.
Everything that happens is his fault. The aim of this scene was really to create a very powerful feeling of sadness, almost depression.
Almost depression? I'm sorry, what? Fuck off!
Vague disappointment.
Favorites in Heavy Rain. Everything depends on the relationship the player decides to have with his son. He can decide to play the responsible father who looks after his son and tries to reestablish bonds, or he can be the father who is crushed by sadness and guilt and who prefers to
I think that's the one I played.
Both attitudes are consistent with the character, and it is the player's actions that dictate Ethan's attitude after the accident.
The depressing atmosphere in the house is based to a large degree on dynamic management of light and shadows.
And the fact that you can't get any sleep because there's a train that drives past every now and again that wakes you up.
Shadows lengthen, and the light begins.
Actually, no, to be fair, my uncle and auntie lived literally, like, there was the garden, a really tall fence, quite a small brick wall to separate it, to give it some space, and then a train, which, a very active train in the middle of London, but it, you barely even notice it. You'd be surprised. Yeah, well, at least we didn't. It doesn't wake you up very much. It doesn't wake you up at all, really.
Wow.
Like, if I'm awake and I hear vague rattling, that's what it is. Like, I was surprised at just how...
Like, how often does it go past?
Every, I think, 25 minutes?
And what time does it stop?
At about 11:30.
That's not too bad then. That's pretty good.
It runs about 8 till 11:30, I think.
Ah. Well, the final video, this is the end. Unless there is another piece of DLC we don't know about, this is the end.
I will Google it now to see how many pieces of DLC there are.
But I don't think there is another one. But I could be wrong.
I think so. How many pieces of paper in a ream?
What?
I don't even know.
Oh wait, Scott kills his mother, excuse me.
Just after Madison, he hugged her in his arms and then smothered her with a pillow. We decided to exclude this very violent scene. A man who venerates the concept of the father to such a degree, and by extension, the concept of the family, cannot kill his mother like that. And although we learn that Anne's son never visits her, it may have been too radical to envisage Shelby getting rid of his own mother.
That was what the initial plan was, and that's why they didn't, like, that scene looked so... She looked dead. Because she initially was.
He again becomes the little boy who's desperately seeking a father worthy of the name in a world that has disappointed him.
Wow.
I'm glad they cut it out, actually, because it's a good point. It really doesn't blend with this whole, like, family...
What the fuck?! What?!
Oh!
Was this not here?! This is fucking amazing!
Without really knowing where to go.
Look at this! This is badass!
Wow. Okay. The Taxidermist was a prequel, and there is no more.
Then wake up, as in the final version, in Carnaby Square.
So.
Why was that not there? I mean, granted, okay, it makes him seem like he's the killer, I get it, but my fucking god, that's cool!
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
But when he reaches the bottom of the stairs, he sees water on the floor at the front door.
Why?
He turns around and sees water coming down the stairs behind him.
But it would have been so cool!
Are they gonna say why they cut it out?
Windows, we realize that the water outside is already higher than the house. Ethan runs toward the front door of the house. When he gets there, the door literally explodes and an enormous quantity of water submerges Ethan. The second blackout, which is much more spectacular, happens when Ethan loses Sean in the park. The camera started to tremble more and more, and a tsunami suddenly surrounded that whole part of the city.
Oh.
Oh my
Then
god!
Oh!
Underwater, as in the previous blackout.
Is that why it was initially called Heavy Rain?
For paranormal explanation.
Like, holy
Was
fuck.
present at the time of Ethan's accident, and a special bond was forged between them. From then on, Ethan accessed Shelby's mind.
That was his wife standing next to Shelby there, just with different hair.
He found himself in the house underwater, filled with Shelby's memories. The water is the metaphorical representation of the killer's mind. During his blackouts, Ethan goes to Carnaby Square, the place where Shelby's brother died, and he makes an origami figure at the same time as the killer makes one to leave in the hands of the victim. These scenes were not retained in the end because they made the story too complex and introduced a paranormal element that added nothing to the story. We decided to
It would have been
remove the
cool, though.
figures before the end of development.
It would have been cool, but I do see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Recenter the
It
narration.
looked like Ethan was a vampire there for a second.
Yeah, yeah. Because, I mean, the game is like, oh, it's all realistic and this could genuinely happen. Psych! Magical tsunamis! Whoa!
The scene is redundant because of the father and son scene. However, this part of the game was not without interest. It placed the player in the role of a responsible father, looking after his son and himself. As he passes near the letterbox, Ethan notices the origami killer's letter that informs him that his son will soon disappear. Of course, it is a touching scene, but too close to the father and son and the birthday scene for it to have any real existence of its own.
That makes sense.
We therefore decided to include the letter in the...
I think I would have rather have that scene than the evening scene. Or, like, just shorten
No, I disagree, because the letter wouldn't have made any sense, because he hadn't been taken.
Madison is the most
Oh, here we go.
character in the game. We know very little about her, an insomniac journalist investigating the origami killer. In one of the first versions of the game design, Madison went to her newspaper office several times. At the American Tribune, she could conduct research to find possible suspects, speak with her boss, and write articles after her missions. In the same way, Madison's apartment was different in the beginning. It was in the process of being redecorated.
Yeah, that's what we saw in the
One of
thing.
the first tasks was to repaint and change the layout of the apartment in order to personalize it. This was an interesting characterization process for a character who still remains quite mysterious. We never learned in the game why Madison suffers from insomnia. In reality, it stems from her past. As a journalist, she was a war correspondent during the armed conflict in Iraq.
Okay.
Would it have killed them to just sort of said that?
Yeah.
Like, they could have used a line of dialogue. They didn't have to use a scene.
Yeah. Wow. That was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
truly. Like, that was... Wow.
That was great. That was really insightful, actually.
That was really cool. So that's Heavy Rain. We're done.
Pretty much.
Okay, we've talked about the game. We have not talked about the Let's Play. Did you have fun?
I did. I had a lot of fun. It was very, very entertaining Let's Play. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
I think, honestly, I think it's one of my best. I say my best. I'm not the only one here. It's definitely our best. We've only had two. I think this is miles better than the other one. But on my channel, I think it's one of the best Let's Plays by far. It's very funny from start to finish.
Yeah, it is very well done, I think. I think we did really well. I think this has been great.
Bye.
See ya.